there is a problem with delayed gratification. You don't see progress in the short term. During those first few months, that beginner period of doing whatever delayed gratification activity you're doing, progress is barely noticeable. And take a few examples like bodybuilding, business. For bodybuilding, we all know, right? It's a long game. You don't see progress in like the first month or so. Even though there might be, it's very unnoticeable. For business, you probably don't see progress at all for the first few months, unless you're lucky or you're really experienced. But for beginners, during the first period of business, you don't see anything, because it's not a linear graph. It accumulates and it blows up at a certain point to become an exponential graph. It takes 1 to 2 years of consistent efforts, these delayed gratification activities. And that's the problem. That's where most people fail. Because it's a long game. It takes a very long time to achieve what you want, to get to where you want, and to even see progress. And most people, we are used to instant gratification. We go onto our phone, go onto social media, and we get that dopamine almost instantly. We are so used to getting dopamine, that satisfaction, that result that we want in like a few seconds, less than a day. And when these people go on to things like bodybuilding, business, these delayed gratification activities, they don't see progress after a snap, after a second, after a day, weeks, months. And then they think, if they don't see progress, there's no progress. They have the wrong mindset. Okay, they have the linear graph mindset. So they think as time goes on, and this is progress, time, they think that it's a linear graph, a straight line, like constant, like the gradient is the same, constantly getting results. That's not the case. That's not the case for real life. That's not the case for these delayed gratification activities. It's probably like an exponential graph. For the first few periods, it's close to being flat, and then after a while it slowly rises, and then during a peak it rises a lot. That's the exponential graph of success and results. So during this first few period, when it's flat, right, most people have this linear graph mindset. So if you draw it out, I'll insert a graph. This gap between the linear graph and the exponential graph, that's called the valley of disappointment. That's where most things go to crap. That's where most people give up. Why? Because they're not getting what they're expecting, and it's taking really long. Okay, let's say someone is expecting a certain amount of results, $100 from the business in the first month. First month got $0. Okay, he gives it another chance. Even if he waits a little longer and gives chances, right, it's still gonna remain like at zero, or it's not gonna hit his goal, because as time goes on his goal increases, but his actual result doesn't really increase. So he gets even more demotivated, and he's not patient. He has the wrong mindset. He's not patient. Even after giving chances, he doesn't want to wait anymore. So he becomes less motivated, less consistent with his commitment, less committed. and that leads to even slower growth, slower results. And slower results, slower growth means he becomes more demotivated, less committed. And it's a vicious cycle up until he decides to quit. That's how most people are with delayed gratification activities. The skinny guy, he doesn't gain weight for like a year. After going to the gym, he barely sees any gains because he also can't gain weight easily. He quits. The fat guy, he tries to do cardio every day, but he doesn't see results very fast. Within a week, he's like exhausted, and he barely dropped 1 kg. I don't know. After a few weeks, he quits because they can't wait, and they have the wrong mindset of success and progress. And they become less motivated, less committed until the point where they quit. So, I have felt this misery, this like impatience, hopelessness in the past, and how I dealt with it is I changed my mindset. Okay, firstly you have to change the linear graph mindset to I would think that after 1-2 years I definitely would be muscular. I would be called that muscular guy, right? Cause no way you aren't gonna be muscular after 1-2 years of training weightlifting. And even if I don't hit my goal of 75 kg in 1-2 years, maybe I'm like super lean still. After training for many years, I would eventually hit that dream body, right? So it's just in a matter it's a case of how long will it take. It's not a case of will I get this or not, because you will get this if you're consistent, motivated, putting in the effort, doing things right. You will get it. It's a matter of when. Right? So that's how delayed gratification works, and that's your mindset you should do. So I can say all this stuff, be patient. I can say be patient, I can say change your mindset, but you know, sometimes we know that, we acknowledge that, but we don't really want to listen to that. It's not very nice of an advice. It's not very comforting. So I'll tell you what you should do instead in the present, what you should do in the meantime while waiting for the results. Do instant gratification activities. And now, I don't mean scroll on Instagram, I don't mean doom scroll, I don't mean mentally masturbate and watch endless videos of body transformations, of success videos of others. I mean productive ones that benefit you, but in another aspect. Productive things that give you results fast, like instantly. Not in the cheating way, not in like the impatient way, not in the shortcut way, but like it is naturally fast that the results and satisfaction come. So a few examples I use is like in martial arts, Muay Thai, it's very satisfying to spar because you learn very fast when you spar. And let's say you learn a new technique in class, you can use it in the sparring session and you see if it works or not, and then you can improve yourself from there. After the session you would feel super hyped. There's that adrenaline during the sparring, and after the sparring, no matter if you lose or win, you got to see how it goes. You got to see, you already had the adrenaline and fun, so surely you'll be satisfied after. That's your dopamine, that's your sense of satisfaction, and instant gratification technically. Another thing is like approaching girls, talking to people, socializing. It's just naturally fun, right? If they smile, you smile. That's already dopamine released. That's already like all that happy mood being planted into your brain. So that's technically instant gratification also when talking and socializing. So spend more time doing these things. Find more instant gratification that are productive to do. Do them in the meantime and stop obsessing over the present for things you know are the delayed gratification. Things like bodybuilding, business. Stop obsessing over them in the present. You can obsess over them while reflecting, but in the present do these productive instant gratification things. Do them in the meantime, get your dopamine, get your moods up, improve your life in the meantime in other aspects, and stay committed, stay motivated, and acknowledge that you would be where you want to be for your other delayed gratification commitments. That is how you tackle the problem of delayed gratification. Okay, bye.